What is going on out there, peeps? Good lordy, man, I overslept. Sorry about that. Um, Usually I don't sleep. That's the weird thing. And so, for some strange reason, not that you guys want to hear this, but I literally slept for like 10 hours. So it's crazy. And that's it. I started taking those HempWorx melatonin again, and woo, man, they knock you out. Anyways, let's get into this because when I woke up, there's a lot of messages going, Pimpy, what happened? Basel 3, nothing's happening. Yeah. Hang tight, people. Hang tight. I told you there's some cleaning up that needs to be done. I'm going to get into that here in just a second. You guys should be buying gold and silver. You need money outside of the system. I'm telling you, I got an article that's a little bit older, but I'm going to go over it with you and show you what the hell's going on and why you need money outside of the system. Okay? So buy gold and silver. And if you're considering it, go check out our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. Most people didn't even know you could buy gold and silver. You can. Go to Money Metals. First time buyers, if you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, Pimpy, and get a free half ounce of silver. For those of you asking for my address, there it is. You guys know I have an alternative website. Over here I can talk about things that I cannot talk about on this YouTube channel. There's a couple more videos that are going to be posted soon. I highly recommend check this one out. Remember who we are. It's important. This is really important for us. Okay, so go over there and check that out. My Nasera Jacera videos came over here, the older ones. There are newer ones that are going to be going up soon. Also, keep in mind, there's Jay and April, but also you guys like the subject a whole lot, and go check it out. But more importantly, you really need to come to this area, this category, and read these videos because it affects our lives right now. Okay? Anyways, I want to encourage you guys to do so. Go check that out. Please support our friends over at Wall Street Silver. Both their YouTube channel and their subscription, or their Reddit page. I go to the Reddit page to get myself all psyched up. Watching these people's stacks is exciting. I get motivated by it. But anyways, you guys know I got Pimpy's Investment Chat, same name as the YouTube channel on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. The link is down below in the description. It's free to join. Come do so. We do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. All right, so what's going on in the market? And then I'll tell you what... Come on, go. Okay, so silver and gold. They're beating down silver and gold. Why? Because it's July delivery time. The delivery contracts for silver. Okay? So if they're going to start sending out physical silver, because they're going to have to, I believe what it is somewhere around 1 million ounces of silver are being delivered. 1 million. As they get going on Basel 3. So, if you're them, do you want to buy silver at the true market value, or do you want to try to smash it down one last time so that the silver that you have to go out and buy is cheaper so you can cover the contracts? This is what they do. Remember, I told you they rotate months. Every other month is silver deliveries, every other month is gold deliveries. It's silver delivery time. So, yeah, I anticipated that they would smash this down. That's what I'm saying. Once it gets implemented, give it a couple of weeks. Let them clear out the dust, not dust, but clear out all the crap that they got going on before they can really allow it to take off. But they got to do it soon. Okay, so just hang tight. Not unexpected. Deliveries are being done now. So they're going to do it at a cheaper rate. Then there's no more playing around. As anticipated, cryptos are going up. I thought this would happen a little sooner. But as the price of gold and silver go down, you notice this? Bitcoin goes up. It's to distract you from buying the cheaper metals. Yeah. Look at this. And Ethereum's been on a run the last 2 days. So it's Polkadot. So this should not be shocking to you. You have to pay attention to the patterns. Oh yeah, people are like, crypto's like, yeah, crypto's running again. Yeah. At the same time that they're smashing down gold and silver. It's like, hey, like a magician with your right hand up. Look over here, people, as your left hand does the trick. Hey, everybody, look at the cryptos up here. While you go down here and buy gold and silver at a cheaper rate. See what I'm saying? Very, very good trick. You know, millennial people are mostly interested in cryptocurrencies. Don't fall for that trick. Look at gold and silver as being on sale right now. It's on a discount. This is the time you stock up. So no, I had a feeling that the cryptos will make a run. They are. They will. They're doing it. Not surprising. Right around the time that gold and silver is being smashed. Hey, everybody, look over here. Don't look here. Look over here. Not here. Over here. Hey, hey, hey. Stop looking at gold and silver. Look at cryptos. Here. Hey, cryptos. Look at cryptos. See how that works? Stack your metals. You need money outside of the system. Cryptocurrencies are digital. That's inside the system. If you've not taken out the money that I spoke about out of your bank, the fiat currency, take it out of there. You are going to wake up one day to a real bad scenario. Now, I know some of you guys live paycheck to paycheck. I get that. I'm talking about those who can. Grab 6 months worth of bill money. If you do more, do more. Then add 10% for miscellaneous. There's going to be a bail-in. It's going to happen. People are already talking about it. I don't keep my money in the bank. I have my precious metals. Whenever I need money, I go sell my metals, as much as I hate to do that. But the whole purpose of that is to protect my money, my wealth, everything that I earn, by keeping it with me and out of the system. You're going to see what I'm talking about here in a moment. So what's going on? This should not be surprising. The July deliveries are happening right now. So, of course, you're going to smash down gold and silver prices real quick, so they can make these deliveries by buying cheaper silver and then making the deliveries that they have to make. This is not surprising. I know it's tempting to want to go jump on the bandwagon. Don't get me wrong, diversify, then go ahead and do it. But I'm not falling for this trick. I see gold and silver being offered at a cheaper price. I think cost average. I go by the precious metals. Everybody wants that gambling rush that you get from jumping on to cryptocurrencies. Enjoy the rush. A lot of you got a lot of making up to do. There's like 50% of your loss if you invested in it when it was at the highest peak. That's why you never sell when it drops. Sell high, buy low. Cost average. So yeah, this isn't surprising to me, and I know crypto people are jumping up and down talking about, oh, look at precious metals going down, and our asset that lost more than 50% of its value is starting to go back up. We don't lose 50% of our value. Buy on the dip. Gold and silver. This is an illusion. Sure, you can still grab it. Hopefully make a quick buck. Hopefully gold and silver will stay down, and then you can run over there. But timing is everything, and if you time it wrong, yikes. So let me show you why you need money outside of the system. It's important. First of all, we got to... How we ever got to this point, I don't know. We really need to continue to educate ourselves on our constitutional rights and stop allowing these people to do what they're doing without our knowledge. So the Bank of International Settlement, you hear me talk about them all the time. They somehow, some way managed to set the rules and regulations for banks around the world. Except for in the United States, that's illegal. It violates our Constitution. The only people responsible for controlling our money is supposed to be our government. They gave up that right when they created the Federal Reserve. Now we allow a private-owned bank to create our monetary policies and create money. And whenever we say we want to audit them, they threaten us. That's how much power they have. So there's this old saying that comes from this wise guy named Pimpy, who says this: look, people are only going to get away with as much as you allow them to. So when the people actually start rising up and saying, you know what, we're done with this, only those who follow our Constitution. Do you understand why the Democrats keep attacking our Constitution? Do you see why? It restricts their power, but it doesn't stop them. They continue to violate it while telling us it's an old relic and it's racist. Isn't everything racist now? Racist. Yeah, it's racist. Filibuster's racist. Oh, Jim Crow. Constitution's racist. It was done by those racist founding fathers. Their racist ideology. Everything is racist. School's racist. Math is racist. Knowledge is racist. They want you dumbed down, high on drugs. That's why they want to legalize them. So they can manipulate you easier. So stop falling for it. A lot of these things that are going on and being implemented are illegal. They violate our rights. And you need to know this. Why you need gold and silver, why you need money outside of the system. So Basel III was supposed to be implemented sometime between here. We know it's expanded. This article is a little older, but it still applies to everything, just amplified. The dump phrase of the cartel's pyramid scheme. Yep. A new set of regulations that most people have never heard of exactly. I talk to people all the time like, what is Basel III? The fact that we don't know about it is really bad. Some of these things that get implemented by our so-called government or by our banks are done without our knowledge. Again, no government should be passing any laws without the public knowing about it and agreeing with it. That's not how it works here. You guys watch Schoolhouse Rock. Remember that? I'm just a bill. Yeah, I'm only a bill. Remember that? How does it start? It says a group of people, citizens, get together and decide a law has to be passed. Not government creates the law and we have to follow them. No, 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 no. It says the citizens, a group of people get together. They give it to their local representatives who take it to the committees. First you have the committee in the House, then you have the committee in the Senate. Gets voted on, signed by the president. Becomes law. Not Congress passes law whenever they feel like it. Oh, here's, Obamacare. Or here's this. No, 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 no. You don't just get to make laws up. We, the people, decide if we need this law. They keep forcing crap on us, and we assume that's what's supposed to happen because we've gotten away from what we're supposed to know, which is the truth, the power of the Constitution, the oldest living document. And they're going to strip that from us if we allow it. And that pertains to this banking. We allow this to happen. We can stop it. Take money outside of the system. We don't have to cooperate with their system. You can start in your local communities, get an agreement going on a type of currency that you want, and then use it. Now, I just said the other day, hey, here's an idea, but it got brought up several times. See where it says gold on Money Metals tab? Go over where it says gold back currency. See this? This is currency. It's already recognized in New Hampshire, Nevada, and Utah. These are denominations of 1, 5s, 10s, 25s, like that. But they're made, they're banknotes, but made from gold. Not 100% gold. It has another material, but literal physical gold is on these. These are gold-backed currencies. You can go in your community, because they're already doing it, and agree to start using these. And you can talk your stores in them. Show them that it's real. Show them what they're worth. You can start exchanging them amongst each other. That's how currencies got started in the first place. Groups of people agreed that a type of thing would represent a value of money, and from there, it was accepted as so. Why do you think the 1, 5, 10s federal notes are worth what they're worth? Because they told us this is what it would be worth, and we accepted it. We adopted it. The only reason why a $5 bill is worth $5 is because we're told it's worth $5 and we accept it. We don't have to accept their system anymore, and we got to stop giving them that much power because they control our politicians. You need money outside of the system. Before they do a bail-in, and before they force you on this 100% digital currency, gold, silver, fractionals is what you need. So the new set of regulations that most people have never heard of was developed by an immensely powerful central banking organization that most people do not even know exists, is going to have dramatic effect on the global financial system over the next several years. It's already happening. The new set of regulations are known as Basel III, and it was developed by the Bank for International Settlement. These bankers are creating our regulations, which violates our laws. Sound like Scooby-Doo there. Release your laws. The Bank of International Settlement has been called the central bank for central banks, and it has a headquarters in Basel, Switzerland. 58 major central banks, including the Federal Reserve, belong to the Bank of International Settlements, and the decisions made by Basel often have more of an impact on directions of global economies than anything the President of the United States or the U.S. Congress is doing. We allow that to happen. All you have to do is look back at the last financial crisis to see an example of Basel II and Basel 2.5 played a major role in precipitating the subprime mortgage meltdown. They caused a bubble to crash. They're causing the biggest bubble to crash here soon. There's multiple bubbles. Real estate, cryptos, the bond market, the debt bubble, those are all going to crash. Now, a new set of regulations known as Basel III are being rolled out. The implementation for these new regulations are June 28th of 2021. Yeah, it has been postponed since the first time. Thank God, because then we all stacked up on silver and gold. The new regulations dramatically increase the capital requirements and significantly restrict the use of leverage. They certainly sound good, but I was going to say halfway through the sentence, doesn't it sound familiar? Isn't that what they do here? They give a crappy law that they passed that we didn't agree upon. They give it a fancy name, make it sound like it's going to benefit us. Hey, we're doing this for you. And then you find out the law does the opposite. Look, Obamacare. See? No, it didn't lower my premiums. It increased them. And the kind of coverage I got was less than I had before. 250,000 doctors around the United States refused to see patients that had it, limiting the amount of physicians I had to choose from to get coverage, just like socialism does. Let's get back to this. The new those certainly sound like good goals. The problem is that the entire global financial system is based on credit at this point. And these new regulations are going to substantially reduce the flow of credit. It's going to make it harder for you to get credit. At first, they're going to bombard you with debt. And then say, hey, the only way we can get out of the problems that they created is we need to be enslaved to bail them out. We don't have to agree to that. We tell them, go screw yourself. It's real simple. Debt forgiveness. Necera Gicera. The only way the giant debt bubble that we are all living in can continue to persist is if it continues to expand, which it has. Since this article, it continues at a mass pace. But restricting the flow, so you can understand why all of a sudden the Rona came magically. They shut down all the economies because that's what they're going to use as the excuse. They're going to go, hey, look, buddy. Hey, the Rona came along. And that's why we are where we are. And we needed quantitative easing to help you. So because we had to help you, you need to now help us. No. This shit was happening long before the Rona came. All this debt, bad money management, overreaching government, expanding government, they did this. Then they created this issue to blame it on. Do not fall for it. There's a reason why our Constitution says we have the right to abolish the current government and establish a new government whenever we feel that the government is no longer there protecting our constitutional rights of the people and there for own selfish gain. We can remove them. The only way the giant debt bubble that we are living in can continue is if it expands. Yeah, by restricting the flow of credit, those new regulations threaten to burst the debt bubble by bringing down the entire global economy. That's what they want. That's where the Great Reset comes in. They're going to cause the problem and then try to give you the resolution. Not that the current global system is sustainable by any means. Anyone with half a brain can see that the global financial system is a pyramid scheme that is destined to collapse. So precisely, what is Basel III? The following is a definition from the office website of the Bank of International Settlement. Basel III is a comprehensive set of reform measures developed by the Basel Committee Banking Supervision to strengthen the regulations, supervisions, and risk management of the banking sector. These measures aim to, now you know why Trump wanted to go back to the gold standard? I can already see you guys right now in the comments. No, wait, man, Trump merged the Federal Reserve with the Treasury. Yeah, that's what we are told from the 17th letter community. We heard this, but it wasn't even anything that was officially posted. It was something that ran crazy in the Sarah Jacera. I thought the same thing. As a matter of fact, it did for a period of time, but they're not permanently merged. In case you didn't realize, they are working hand in hand. Who it benefits is the wealthy right now, because the person that was in there managing it for all the good reasons was removed. Given it all that, remember I told you, man, if Trump, we better hope and pray Trump isn't a boogeyman, because if so, he just handed everything to this new world order on a silver platter. Remember I said that? Well, he wasn't doing it, but since his job wasn't completed and they removed him, then it's pretty much almost the same thing. The fact that we let BlackRock own all these assets that actually belong to the people, they're using taxpayers' dollars to buy assets that they own, that they're turning around and going to make us rent. Does that make sense? BlackRock owns our assets, not their assets, ours. So the measures go as follows. Improve the banking sector's ability to absorb shock arising from financial and economic stress, whatever the source. Improve risk management and governance. Strengthen banks' transparency and disclosure. All sounds good. Remember this. I talked about this. The Congress shall have the power to coin money, regulate the value thereof, and of foreign coin. Congress values foreign coin? That's crazy, huh? And fix the standard of weight and measures. No state shall make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debt. That's our Constitution. The coins we have and the money we have is illegal. The Constitution forbids it, and we allowed it. Because we go, well, government told us, so we must follow and obey the masters. No. Basel III, Smazel III, who cares? They can play house all they want in Basel, Switzerland. The United States had Glass-Steagall until Bill Clinton repealed it in 1999. Once that was done, the banking cartel raped America. So Basel III is illegal within the borders of the United States as our Constitution prohibits outside management of our currency. Do you see what I'm saying? So you need to start hitting your politicians up that are going into office. And then you have to hold them accountable. When they say they're going to do something, then they have to do it. So far, the one politician that made a lot of promises and kept the vast majority of them, couldn't keep them all due to, the resistance, unfortunately was removed out of office. No politician has kept more promises. Nobody. People got to get past that brainwashing of the bad orange man. It's crap. All of this looks good at first glance, but when you start looking into the details, you start realizing what it's going to mean for the global financial system. Banks are going to require to have higher reserve ratios and use less leverage. Banks are going to have to be more careful with their money, which is a good thing, but it is also going to mean that credit will not flow as freely. So, you understand why you need money outside of the system? They're going to be very stingy about how you get credit. In other words, if you buy a house or a car or anything like that, they're going to be more strict, making it more harder on who? Who has the most credit problems? Poor people. It affects minorities and poor people the most. And you guys put these people in office because they promised to do what's right for the victimhoods of each classification that you put you in, whether you're Asian, Mexican, Black, gay, transgender. No, we're one group of people. There's only one race that matters. You got to understand this. That's the human race. Stop letting them put you into categories. Unfortunately, the only way for the debt bubble to survive is if you keep expanding it. Anything that restricts the flow of easy money threatens to bring down the entire Ponzi scheme. These new regulations are going to be phased into around June 28th, 2021. You can see the chart below shows the implementation schedule. We saw that. We know that this schedule is not being used. It's been altered. Well, because it causes a false prosperity. Well, because it will cause the false prosperity. Cause false prosperity. Cause false prosperity. See this? False prosperity. False prosperity. The stock market, cryptocurrencies, false prosperity. False prosperity that we have been enjoying to disappear. And that will be an exceedingly painful adjustment. Sadly, most people have no idea what is happening. Most people have never even heard of Basel III or the Bank of International Settlement. Most people just assume that the people they voted into office know what they're doing and have everything under control. We know that's not true. Unfortunately, that is not the case at all. The truth is that an unelected, unaccountable body of central banks is making decisions which deeply affect us all. And there is not much that we could do about it. Yes, there is. You understand that there's 7 billion people in the world. And if you put together all the bankers and all the elected officials together, including those European Union people who are not elected, and these other people like in the, what do you call them, the Foreign Council of, you know what I mean, all those people and all those organizations that are put together that we're supposed to go to for advice, if you put them all together, they barely represent over maybe 1 million of people. 7 billion versus 1 million. Why do we feel like we're the weakest group? People are starting to stand up all over the world. You've seen in London, they burned down their Rothschild bank, their central bank. If you have any questions about the power of Basel Bank and regulations, I just spoke about, it says, regulations, you can also see the effect of Basel II, 2.5, mark-to-market accounting, had in housing markets in the United States of America in 2008, the housing markets in 2008. There were many causes for that housing bubble, then housing crisis, but Basel II and 2.5 assuredly the pin that popped the bubble that led to the financial crash of 2008. So the crash didn't just happen by accident. It was set up, just like this one is now, to put us in so much debt is what it does. It continues to enslave you. So free yourself. Buy gold and silver. But didn't most people know what this is? Of course not. Most people want to blame the Republicans or the Democrats, Bush, Obama, or Trump. And they have no idea about the financial strings that are being pulled by the highest levels. See, this is what I mean. If we stop using their banking system, just stop altogether. Go to your local community. You guys get together. See, that's the problem. We don't talk to each other. We're too busy going to work and being distracted by people at the Olympics not standing up for our anthem. What cops are doing to people. Too many other distractions as they screw us. It is important that we get people educated about how the global financial system actually works. The following is a summary of how the Bank of International Settlement works from one of the most my previous articles. It's over here. I'll cover that later on. An immensely powerful international organization that most people have never heard of secretly controls the money supply to the entire world. because we allow it. It is called the Bank of International Settlement, and it is the central banks of all central banks. It is located in Basel, Switzerland. We know this. The Bank of International Settlement was used to launder money for the Nazis during World War II. But these days, the main purpose of BIS is to guide and direct the centrally planned global financial system. Today, 58 global central banks belonging to the BIS, and it is far more powerful over the United States economy. We know this. We've talked about this. Okay, so the point being, you could see what these people are setting up everybody to do. They get you all hyped up. So Lynette Zhang, I talked about this before. She did this great video, and I wish to God I knew where it was. And I'm going to talk to her the next time I get a chance and ask her to explain to you guys. She found that there's a pattern. For every time we had a crisis, what she saw is that the powers that be would artificially pump up the stock market and get everybody into risky assets while they jumped into gold and silver. Then when the market crashed, people lost all their money. Then the powers that be would move their money back into stocks and bonds because they bought them dirt cheap. So they get you hyped up, get you to transfer your money into these risky assets, take all your money in a crash, you're poor again, and you have to continue working to save back up while they buy that asset again at a cheaper price. If you know what the patterns are, you can join their pattern, or you can join their roller coaster ride and keep from losing all your wealth and get wealthy like them. What is that pattern? Well, they artificially pump up their risky assets. What are risky assets? Stock market. Cryptocurrencies. There's nothing supporting these assets. Nothing at all. Zero. Nothing backs them whatsoever. Money, fiat dollars, risky assets. What is sound money? Gold and silver. They hold their value no matter what. This is why I can't emphasize enough. If you have a 401k, an IRA, you need to see what you can do about transfer some of it, at least 25, 30% of it, into precious metals. It can't hurt. It'll protect you. I believe most of you could take your money out with no penalties if you claim that it's for emergency purpose due to the Rona. Look into that. Tell me you got an emergency and tell yourself I need 25, 30%. This way you don't have to pay no taxes, I think, for some of them. So just ask questions. Look into it. But don't ask your IRA person or 401k if you think it's a good idea to buy gold and silver. They'll say no. Their job is to keep you in these risky assets because they make money that way. They can't make money if you're into gold and silver. Buy the gold and silver. You need something outside of the system. As for what's going on right now, yeah, I anticipated this. We know this. It's delivery time right now. I'm one of the people that said, I don't think it's going to happen overnight. It's not going to be quick. Give it a couple weeks. I'll start stressing if after a couple weeks we don't see a change. But this is the delivery month for July, so we'll see what's happening. But no, I'm not shocked by this. You shouldn't be shocked by this, that they would pump up cryptocurrencies right when the price of gold and silver goes down to keep you from buying the precious metals at a cheaper price. Anyways, that's it. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. That's it for now. I'm out.